Okay, y'all, I'm back. I truly apologize. Y'all know I go live all the time, but for some reason, this thing is tripping, and I didn't know Facebook just redid everything. So everything is like new, and I didn't even realize it. I thought I did a little run through, but I did it from my business page, and obviously it didn't work. So I hope everybody can tune in. If not, they'll just have to watch the video. But I apologize, and I wanted to start out before I do anything else. Before anything else takes place, my topic is how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. There's a storm going on right now, y'all, in our world, in our communities, in our families, with our friends, on the job. There are storms going on in this world right now. So before I get started, I am just going to take a moment to pray. Okay? And this is not a spiritual live, but anyone who knows me and all that I do, I give him the glory, I give him the honor, and I give him the praise. And I was supposed to be on at 8 o'clock. And I will tell you guys, I was sitting here at 8 o'clock and I had this live actually scheduled. And that's my first time scheduling a live. So it didn't work out for me. So nevertheless, I am here and I want to give God the praise this right now before I get started. Father God, according to your word, in the name of your son Jesus, with the power of the Holy Spirit, Father God, I come before you right now saying thank you, Father, for allowing me this moment, this opportunity, oh God, to be here in honor of you. Because if it was not for you, I would not be here. So I just want to say thank you, Lord. I ask that you give me a word, dear God, to share with the people today. Give me a word to share about business. Give me a word to share about beauty. Most importantly, Father, I just thank you for this opportunity. And all those who are here now, and for those who may pass by later, I just want you to bless them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the precious Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay? I hope you guys can hear me because I don't know really. I don't even I don't even feel like I'm live. I really don't. I feel like I'm not live. I'm trying to check and see if I am, but I don't know if I am or not. Okay, maybe I am. So, nevertheless, as I said, how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. Now, actually, my lives actually will begin officially next Monday. I will be doing my beauty lives every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. So this was like a little test run because I was trying something different through my business page. But officially next Monday, I will be on Facebook Live. You'll be able to catch me on all my Facebook pages, all my groups. I hope my group's in this thing now because, um, of course, everything got mixed up. I'll be on YouTube Live. I will be on Instagram Live. I'll be on all of that good stuff. But this was a test run, and I wanted to give something to the people because, I mean, really starting last year, I have been getting phone calls after phone calls, and I know people are hungry for some new information. They want to know how to do things new, where to start, and all of that good stuff. And I just want to thank each and every one of you who reached out to me. And I want you to know that I did not forget about you. And part of me being here right now is to be able to um, answer your questions, come to you in this form on this platform because I can't, return all the phone calls, can't get back with everybody, but I just want to use this platform as a way to educate and empower my people about the art and science of cosmetology. That's what I do. For those of you who don't know me, I said earlier, I am Amanda Manigault. I've been in the industry for over 40 years. I started off as a hair braider when I was 11 years old. I have been a beauty salon owner, beauty school owner, beauty coach, a beauty evaluator. I travel around the world evaluating beauty schools, getting them ready for accreditation. So now here I am. And you may say, what is she doing? Because you see me doing a little bit of everything. And you really do, because at this point in my life, I'm more focused on helping others discover their dreams. So the bottom line is I coach small businesses, beauty students, beauty professionals, brand and build your brand and take your brand and turn it into the dream that you've always dreamed of. But most importantly, I want you to live the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. Why? Because I was in the industry for so long and I was one of those people that you want to call a workaholic. I worked nonstop, early in the morning, late at night, eating lunch in the salon, eating dinner in the salon. My kids were raised in the salon, all of that good stuff. So here I am now uh, doing some coaching and some consulting. And tonight, I'm not here to sell you anything. I want to empower you. I want to educate you on not just the industry, but on some things that I'll be doing in the future that you can tap into. And for those of you who are looking for coaching, who are looking for help to, whether it's to redesign your salon, whether it's to take continuing education classes, whether it's to learn a new skill or a new trade, we have a new organization. It's called Black Cosmetology Association. And so, what is that? What does it mean? Basically, what we're doing is just what I told you earlier. We're helping people build their brands and create the lifestyle that they've always dreamed of. What is it? Why is it important if you go to work every day, you stand behind a chair or whatever it is that you do, and you never even get to enjoy the fruits of your labor? So I try to really focus on helping you build your brand and at the same time create that lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. Teach you how to put that plan in place so that you can not only make the money that you desire to make, but you can live the lifestyle that you desire to live through planning and through preparation and through doing things in the right way. So, again, how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. So many people are saying, what do I do next? This corona came in and this pandemic, and it just kind of took over the world. And so it forced us to do things in a different way. Fortunately for me, I've been doing online cosmetology in many ways for about 10 years, actually. I do continuing education for those who need to renew their license. I have a beauty school, and we will start taking applications actually in a few weeks for that. We have new classes starting very, very soon where you'll be able to get licensed in cosmetology, in nails, in esthetician, in hair design, some states hair braiding. So we'll be getting you and in barbering. We'll be doing barbering as well. And if you desire to be an instructor, we'll be doing that as well. So there are three parts to Amanda Manigault. Number one is what I just told you. If you desire to get your license and go to school, I'll be able to help you. Our team will be able to help you do that. And then once you become licensed, if you need some advanced training or you want some coaching and you need to know how to open up your own salon, or you just may have a question, do I need to go in a salon or do I need to start at a chain salon? Do I need to open up my own salon first? I get that question a lot. And so we coach people, and whatever you decide to do, whether it's to go in a chain salon, whether it's to rent a booth or a suite or whatever it is that you choose to do, we're here to help you do that and put things in place for you to do that. Tonight, I want to answer the question how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. So, in the middle of me giving you these little pointers here, I want you to think about Black Cosmetology Association and what that means to you. I want you to think about that, and I'm going to come back to that. But for now, one of the things that I'm going to start with number five. Number five would be for me, I would share with you, go first. How to create opportunities in the midst of a storm. Go first. Do not sit back and wait on an opportunity to come to you. We're living in a time where you have to find creative ways to make it work. However, you have to make it work. If you're a stylist, if you're a barber, what can I do differently? And am I going to wait on Tina to do it? Or am I going to wait on Bob to do it first? Or as Amanda, am I going to step out and say, you know what? I don't see anybody doing that. I think I'm going to try that. You want to be first. One of the things about me, I started, like I told you, when I was 11 years old, but I opened up my own salon in 1990, in the month of November, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is my hometown where I was born and raised. And when I opened up my salon, one of the things I always loved is I love competition. I'll tell anybody, I love competition. But most of my competitors, and some of them might be listening to this live right now and may say, oh, she's just talking, but they know I'm telling the truth. I was always first. I always did it first, y'all. I believed in being first. And I'm going to give you a story to go with that. I remember I was on 6th Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and nobody in the city was taking walk-ins. You know, back then it was appointments only, like, it's come back to that now. But, we weren't taking walk-ins back then. And I just, I looked around in my business and, you know, things was, I always had a good business because I started at a very young age. So I decided, you know what? I just opened up this shop. I want to open my doors. I want to take walk-ins. And I was the first one in my city that started taking walk-ins. Okay, walk-ins. We were just doing appointments only. People didn't walk in your shop and just be able to sit right in the chair. So I started taking walk-ins and I put up a sign. Walk-ins are always welcome. And I'm gonna tell you, when I put that sign up, guess what happened? My business went up. My business went up. So, and there was nobody taking walk-ins. And so once I did that, then I saw a movement. I saw other salons and other stylists doing the same thing. But one thing I'll tell you, if you start first, by the time they catch up with you, you on to the new. You on to something new. So always remember to go first. If you're in business, especially if you are a salon or a barbershop owner, I don't even care what type of business you're in, whatever you might be selling clothes, you might be selling jewelry. This applies to you. This topic tonight, how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm, it applies to anybody in business. But I'm going to touch on cosmetology because that's my field. So you'll hear me say cosmetology most of the night. But the bottom line is, when you put in your mind that I have to do something different and I want to be first. And once you do it, don't get mad when other people copy what you're doing, because it's going to happen, and that's life. Because trust me, whatever you're doing, somebody else done did it first. But you may be new to your area, you may be new to your city doing that. And that's a good thing for you. So that's what I want to share with people. Go first. Don't, as an owner, you want to be a leader. Leaders have to know how to make decisions and keep it moving. You don't want to be indecisive about things. You want to say, this is what I'm going to do. And you want to push the button. I like to say, push the green light. And when you push that green light, even when you're a little nervous about it, even when you're not 100% sure, and sometimes you might not even really know what you're doing, but push that button anyway. Go. Push the green light and go. And I guarantee you that if you do that, you will find success. That was number five. That's one of the things that I wanted to share with you. And to tap on that a little bit more, you doing differently? This is number 4. What are you doing differently to meet new people? I always say my goal is to meet at least 10 new people every week. After a while, if you're doing the same clients and you're servicing the same clients over and over and over again, sometimes they get tired of your services because let me tell you something, clients aren't they're not as loyal as they used to be. You know, back when I was in the salon full time, my stylist was coming to me for everything. They were coming to me for their braids. They was coming to me for their styles. They were coming to, if they went natural, which they didn't do a lot back then, but whatever it is that they wanted, I had to know how to do it because they didn't want anybody in their hair. But let me tell you, people don't roll like that no more. They might go over the other side of town to get braids. They might come to you if they want some locks. If Tina is doing twists better than you, they going to Tina. If Bob is doing this, they're going to Bob to do that. I know a girl that she goes to everybody different for all these different services. People aren't loyal anymore. So you have to find a way to attract customers to your business regardless of what's going on. Because a lot of people now are doing business on their own. They're creating their own stuff, whether it's hair, whether it's nails, whether it's weave. They're doing it at home, or they might have some little neighborhood little kid. And I'm not mad at them because I was one of those little kids doing hair back in the day. But my desire was always to get a license. And I thank God that I did. So that was number 5. Number 4, I said was when you have to step out of that comfort zone. You have to meet more people. You have to set that goal that I'm going to meet at least 10 new people this week. And are you going to go to the same old places to meet those 10 people? Or are you going to go somewhere different? You might like to golf. Let's just say you like to golf. Why not join, whether you're a woman or a man, um, a golf club, so that you can go golfing. And when you go there, you can't be the stranger in the room. You have to be the first one to open up your mouth. And don't be late. Get there early because the early bird steals the what they say? You know, you want to be on time because by you getting there early, you're going to strike conversations with people that you don't know. They're going to say, "Hi, what's your name?" And I'm going to say, "Amanda." And, I've been in the business, I've been in the beauty industry for many, many years and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to strike a conversation with them. You have to go out of your way now to meet new people, even in the midst of this storm. You have to find a way. It's not like you're in the house 24/7. It's not like you don't go to the grocery store. Why don't you get in your car and drive to the grocery store on the other side of town? Or why don't you go to the golf club on the other side of town? Go to a restaurant on the other side of town. Meet some new people. You have to expose yourself and expose your brand to new opportunities. And that's what I wanted to share with you on that you have to step out of that comfort zone and go meet some new people. Set your goal. Mine is 10. If I meet 10 new people, when I'm not just talking about meeting them and saying hi and introduce yourself and that's it. No, I'm saying I'm meeting someone that I'm making a connection with, that I'm going to do some business with, whether it's sell some earrings, whether it's sell them some lipstick, whether it's them being a client sitting in my chair, or I'm coaching, they're buying a program. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about a new client. Okay? So you make it your business and you have to leverage the clients that you have. So, in other words, the clients that you have there, what can they do for you? What type of special are you running? Back when I was in the salon, I used to say, "Send me 3 and one's on me." Are you doing any of that now? Are you still sending out birthday cards, even though people don't really send cards anymore? But why do you have to do everything everybody else is doing? People getting text messages and emails, but don't you think it would be quite special if they got that card in the mail? Are you doing that? These are the things that you have to go out of your way and go back to the simple things that worked. The simple things that worked. So that would be my thing, which was number 4, which is set a goal to meet new people. New people turn into new clients. You tell them all about you and what you do, and you learn something about them, and maybe you are able to help them or refer them to someone new. But once you make that connection with somebody new, you don't just go home and put their card in the trash can or throw it to the side and never ever pick it up. You get their card and you send them an email. It was a pleasure meeting you. If you ever need such and such, this is what I do. This is where my business is located. You can always, if I can be of any help or any service to you, please give me a call. You'll be surprised when they will remember, oh, you know what? So and so does such and such, and maybe she can help me. So that would be my number 4. My number 3 is, who are you modeling? Who are you following today? Is there someone you're impressed with about what they do and how they do business? Is there somebody that you don't even have to necessarily call them up, even though it wouldn't hurt. But I'm sure they have a website. I'm sure they have a Facebook page, an Instagram. Who are you modeling today? It's okay for you to find that one, even two, even three people that you like the way they do business and they're in the same industry that you're in. And you want to learn how they do things. You can pick them up the phone, you can pick up the phone and call them. You can find out if they're going to be at a particular event. And if you know that they're going to be at that event, make it your business to go there. Introduce yourself. Get to know them. Let them know, hey, I like the way you do business. I'd like to learn from you. Can you mentor me? Or even if they can't do that, even if you go to their website, you'll be surprised what you will learn about them just by following what they do. And so that's what I call modeling. Find someone that you can model and that you can learn from, learn new things, learn new ways about doing it. And if you have, and if you want them to be in your profession, that's always a plus, because if you're doing something and you're trying to get where that person already is at or they were at, don't you think they will be a benefit to you? Don't you think it would be beneficial to meet that person? Who are you socializing with? Who's in your circle? And I'm not talking about your personal friends. I'm talking about business. Who are you who's entertaining you? Who are you engaged with business conversations? When you have questions, who are you calling? I have a free business. It's called, it was called Buildings Salons That Are Rising. But I'm actually changing that to Beauty Salons That Are Rising. But I want you to look it up. And I want you to join that group. It's a Facebook group and it's free. And for those who send me a request today, I will send you a free resource manual on how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. I have a free resource manual that I will send you if you join that group tonight. Okay? So, back to what I was talking about before I get to number 2, because number 5 was go first. Number 4 was meet at least 10 people. Set you a goal to meet a certain amount of people per week. And then number 3 was model someone. Find someone to model. And before I get, nobody? No. What do you mean? I'm seeing myself on Facebook. You're looking at this as the core. It's on my page. Yes, it is. You can see it because you're logged in, but only you can see it. I did see something that said, I'm changing.
Yeah, look, you got your privacy settings. Only me.
All this work I done did was good too.
I mean, it's probably saved, but I was wondering why I couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it
You
myself and
didn't
it
get my
wasn't
message.
coming
You
up.
just gotta, when you do it, you gotta go to your privacy settings. Be public now. Everybody can see it. I just changed it.
Oh, see me now.
Well, they just see you, but
But they can't see this one.
yeah,
Oh
it's
gosh.
fine.
You know what, y'all? I have been on here all this time and I was just informed that you couldn't even see me because it was private. Let me tell y'all something. You know, what time is it? What time is it?
It is 8:45.
Oh my God. I've been on here, y'all, for almost an hour and
45 minutes.
y'all are just tuning in. So I'm going to go back because it's okay. You know, what's happening is number one, Facebook just started this new live stuff and I didn't know it worked like that. And that's my fault because I was supposed to do a dry run. But I consider this my dry run because what I was doing is I was testing this week. This was called my test week because my official lives start February 1st, which is Monday, because I'll be doing them on Monday nights at 8 o'clock a.m. So, being that you're just tuned in, for those who are tuned in now, because obviously you weren't seeing me, this is Uniqua.
Hello.
Y'all know this is my partner in crime.
Partner in
So,
everything, crime and good.
so anyway, I'm sure they knew what I was saying. But anyway, tonight we're here and we're talking about how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. And so, because we had technical difficulties, because I had it set on private and didn't realize it, and I was here running my little mouth and didn't realize I had it set on private, but that's okay because we are going to push through anyhow. Again, my official live starts next Monday, and so what I was doing tonight is I was doing a test run because next week all my lives will show on Facebook Live, on my pages, in my groups. They will show on Instagram. They will show on YouTube. We'll be on all social networks. So, what I was doing tonight is I was doing a dry run from my business page, trying to see how it was all going to, work and tie in. And I thought I would give you guys some little knowledge and empowerment tonight. So, we did just that. So, I did a little prayer this when I first started. So I'm not going to go back that far. I'm just going to start from the topic that I was on, how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. Opportunities are here, y'all. I was watching the news today, CNN, and I heard them say that billionaires have just turned into trillionaires from COVID 19. Within 1 year that we've been fighting this deadly disease, this deadly pandemic, billionaires have turned into trillionaires, which means millionaires turned into billionaires. So I'm going to ask you a question. What did you turn into? If you were poor, did you go to the middle class? If you were in the middle class, did you go up a level to the rich class? And if you were rich, did you become a millionaire? I don't know, but that's something you want to ask yourself. So, tonight, as we discuss how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm, I want you to think about that for a little bit because here we are, uh, you know, wondering what should I do next? How do I handle this COVID? Should I go to the right? Should I go to the left? Should I wait till this is over? Should I get a building? Should I not get a building? There are so many businesses that has closed down. Or there are a lot of businesses that are on the verge of closing. Their doors are barely open. But what I came to share with you tonight is how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. What are you doing differently? When this pandemic is over, if you're still in the hole in the wall shop, If you're still in that hole in the wall shop, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be in trouble. Because once this pandemic is over, the whole world will be different. Everything will be different. I know you guys see it happening right now, right before your eyes. So you have to figure out, how do I create success in the midst of the storm? Because I can't wait until the storm is over. The light bill's still coming. The phone bill is still there. The mortgage still got to be paid. The car note is due. The insurance is due. Y'all know it's happening right before our eyes. What are you doing about it? So today I'm going to give you 5 ways to create success in the midst of the storm. Number 5, go first. Go first. Where are you at? If you're a leader in your industry, if you're a salon owner or a barbershop owner, or if you're selling clothes or jewelry, it's all beauty. If you make people look good or feel good, you're in the beauty industry. If you put makeup on them, jewelry on them, whatever you're doing, you're in the beauty industry. So right now, my number 5 is go first. Don't wait on nobody to see if they're going to do this or if they're going to do that. Don't be the follower, be the leader. Let me tell you, you have to be willing to step out of that comfort zone and change the way you're doing business. You have to switch up the game. You're already losing business because really technically, well, you should be, because technically speaking, you can't do the same amount of people or serve the same amount of people that you were prior to COVID. So that means you're taking some type of loss. Maybe you went up on your prices. I don't know what your strategy was, but the bottom line, there's a lot of things that you can do. And I like to tell the story that when I first got into the business, anybody who knows me know I love competition. I really do. I'm here to say it, and I don't have no shame in saying it, because competition keeps me going. I like when people come after me and they want to beat me or whatever the case might be, because it makes me work harder. It makes me strive higher. And so what I'm trying to tell you, when I opened up my salon over 30 years ago, exactly, I was in 1990, the month of November. Well, it was in 1991. My daughter was 1 years old. And it was in the month of November when I had my granddaughter. But when I opened up my salon over 30 years ago, that was my first salon. But I worked at home prior to that. But my goal was always to be first, y'all. And I'm sure I have some people on here who might have known me back then. And they may say, no, she wasn't always first. You know how people do, y'all. But I'm here to tell y'all, I override that. I was first. And I'm going to give you an example of what changed my business. I remember, back then we weren't taking walk ins. We were doing appointments only, kind of what they're doing now, but they were forced to do it because of COVID. We always took appointments only. And I decided, I had just opened up this shop. I wanted to do something different. I had a good business, but I wanted more. I brought in some new stylists and I wanted more business. And I decided I'm going to take me some walk-ins. Everybody don't have to have an appointment. I got people coming in here, they want business. And I put up a sign that said, walk-ins are welcome. And wasn't nobody in the city taking no walk-ins. I'm serious, y'all. I don't care what they say. They wasn't taking no walk-ins. I put up that sign and said walk-ins only. And let me tell you, me and my team, we made our money. We stayed busy because them walk-ins was pouring in there. Now we still took our appointments. We had our regular clients, but we didn't have moments where we didn't have no business. I don't remember those days, because when I put up that sign that said walk-ins only, ooh, they came flooding in there. I can still visualize people sitting on the floor waiting to get their hair done. I'm just being honest, because we were that packed. And next thing I know, every salon in town started taking walk-ins. But Amanda Manigault was first in my city. And so what I'm saying to you is, when you start to be first, by the time they catch on, by the time they started doing walk-ins, guess what? I was on to something new. When you learn to be first in your industry, You're going to realize you're going to always be ahead of everybody else. And if you're ahead of everybody else, guess what? You're going to make plenty of money because you are first and you will be labeled as the top salon in your city. So that was number 5. Number 4 is you should be have a goal set that you want to meet a certain amount of people each week. My goal is I want to meet 10 new people every week. And when I say 10 people, that really may not seem like a lot, especially if you're on social media. But I don't mean 10 people that I just say, "Hi, how you doing? Oh, your hair is pretty," or "Oh, how you doing? Oh, Bob," or whatever the case. I don't mean that. I mean 10 valuable customers who's going to spend some money with you. 10 new people. Who's my next client? What am I doing to get that next client? What type of strategy do I have in place to pick up those 10 people? That's what you have to sit down and say. How do I create a plan to meet 10 people? Do you like the golf? Do you go to the golf court? Do you go bowling? And you don't want to go and do everything in your same community where the same clients you already have are there and they're the only people you're going to see. You want to go somewhere different where you can meet some new people, pick up some new clients, and maybe some people have some information, some knowledge, some empowerment, the right connection that they connect you with. You have to always put yourself in a position to win and put yourself in a position to meet new people. When you're constantly meeting new people, that's how you evolve. And so that was my number 4. My number 3 is, who are you modeling today? Who is it that you adore the way they do business? Who is it that's doing the same business? They're in the same industry that you're in, and you like the success that they've had. Are you modeling that person? Are you on their Facebook? Are you seeing what events they're attending? And are you seeing how they're marketing their business? That's how you take your business to the next level because you model someone who has already done and who have already achieved what you're trying to achieve. So that's my number 3. Find you someone to model it outside of your family, outside of your friends, somebody who's doing something creative that you like, and you take their website and you lock it in on your desktop and you check it 2, 3 times a week and see what they're up to, what classes are there, and you make it your business to even attend the events that they're attending and make it your business to meet that person and let them know who you are. And maybe you want to go and be an assistant for them. Maybe you want to learn how to um, just do some, just some, you might know how to do websites. They might need someone to do their website. You might say, hey, I could do your social media marketing, or I could take your pictures, or I could videotape for you. It could be something, some value that you have that can be an asset to them. You introduce yourself to them and you get to know them and build some type of partnership or relationship with that person. And if you do that, that can help towards your success. That can help you create success in the midst of the storm. That's what we're talking about. New ways of doing things, new opportunities, creating your own opportunities from the small things that's not costing you a dime. And then my number 2, who are you engaged with? Who are you listening to when you have questions? Do you have a coach? I'm Coach Amanda Manigault. I have a free membership, a free group on Facebook called Beauty Salons That Are Rising. Used to be Building Salons That Are Rising. So if you put that in and you request to be a member tonight, I will send you my free resource on 7 ways to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. Again, if you go to the group, you can find it under building salons that are rising or beauty salons that are rising. If you join that group tonight, I will send you my free resource on 7 ways how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. Now, that's one way to engage with other people, to engage with like minded people who's in your profession, who's striving the same way you're striving, or people who have already achieved the things that you're trying to achieve. Once you begin to mingle with other like minded people, you can't do nothing but go up because we all do things differently. You want to learn new strategies. How are you doing this? And how were you able to sustain during COVID? Or you find out that Bob is doing something that you thought about doing, but you never did it. And Bob is doing it. So Bob might can give you the secret on how it worked for him. So this is you want to be engaged with other people in your profession that can help you achieve your goals. When you begin to mix and mingle with the right people, then you will learn that you cannot do anything but grow. If all your relationships are your family and your friends, if all your clients that you have are your family and your friends, how do you expect to increase your revenue? How do you expect to achieve success? I have a guest that I'm going to call on the show tonight. Her name is Uniqua. She's my daughter. I have been coaching Uniqua for a couple years. We decided this year in 2021 that she's stepping out. She's stepping out doing her own thing. And so I just want her to give a few minutes before I tell you what number one is, talk to you a few minutes on her experience. Even though she's my daughter, we don't cut corners. Me and my family, we don't cut corners. We bring it to you the way it is. Her experience being coached by me and what she learned, having a coach in her life and helping her get her business set up. She could tell you a little bit about her business and what her experience was. Uniqua? Hello, hello, everyone. As my mother said, I am Uniqua Manigault, Amanda, Lamanda. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience being coached by Miss Amanda. It's an absolute amazing experience, and it's completely different being coached by your mother. But like she said, we don't cut any corners, but it still sometimes is that mother-daughter thing. However, it's highly important to have a coach, whether it be your mom, a mentor. If you don't have a close relationship with your mother, someone that you see yourself being, someone that you model, someone that has reached a level of success that you want to reach, like she said. And having knowing the experience that she has also makes it just more powerful to receive her advice because I've watched the story. Like she's had her business for over 40 years. I'm 30. So for 30 of those 40, I've been here to see a lot of things. I've been here to learn a lot of things. And when you're building a business, one of the main things that you need to know is that it's important to learn from everyone. Learn from especially business minded people. You have to learn from everybody that's around you. That's why it's important that when you meet someone that you feel you can learn from and they can teach you and you really value their opinion, it's best to grasp onto them and hold on to them and gain all the knowledge that you can. And even those little steps that she was giving you today, 1 through 4, I'm writing them down on the side because those are valuable steps that when you're in business you need to know. Be first. Like she said, being first is valuable and it's important. And if you if you tap into what's being said to you and what you're catching from being coached, then it's an amazing experience. And me personally, um I've been acting, modeling, and doing poetry my entire life, but turning it into a business was a whole nother avenue. And I was able to have firsthand someone who's been in business in their entire life. And when you're an entrepreneur and you're stepping out into the entrepreneur world, it's one thing to have been working in business, because I've been in business with my mom for a long time, but it's a whole nother avenue when you're stepping out into it and it's yours. You see, that's what was the difference. It's different when you're working for somebody else. It's different when if things fall short, it's okay. It's a whole nother avenue when the business is yours and you're building it from the ground up. You have to have a coach. I'm gonna say it's like it's mandatory. Your coaches, they hold you accountable when you say you're gonna, like, if you give yourself a deadline, if you don't have someone that's on your back, like, hey, that deadline was this time, you're supposed to have this done by this, you're supposed to have this, you may lax on that. And one of the main things that I'm pushing in my mind and I'm trying to just instill in my life, procrastination is far more expensive than you think it is. The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. And what I mean by that is, you may get where you're going. You will get where you're going. I'm not going to say you may. You will get where you're going. But what if you would have gotten there 10 years ago? And it's not to say that you're not getting there when you're supposed to get there. It's to say that had you gotten your mind right, had you been willing to listen to someone who may know a little bit more than you, or may know what you know a little bit better than you, because that's something that new business owners and young people don't tap into in the beginning. It's not that the person that's speaking to you or your elder, it's not that they know something you don't, it's that they know something you do better than you. Yeah, we all know if you walk down this street and make a right, there's a McDonald's on the corner. But did you know if you walk down that street and make a right and slide to the side, when the cars are riding by, you won't get hit by the mud? Did you know that? No, you didn't. It's like there are certain tricks to the trade that you can learn to make the road easier for you. It's not to say you won't still have to travel the same road. That's why it's important to have a coach, and to have a coach that and it's important to have a coach that knows you. And not to say that it has to be your mother, but it's important that you feel comfortable speaking and comfortable working and growing with the person that you consider to be a coach, because competition is a beautiful thing, but there is an ugly side to competition. You don't need to be, you have to have a type of coach and the type of mind willing to receive a coach, so that you don't find yourself competing with the person that you should be learning from. That is a big problem for a lot of people. I'm gonna say in my generation, we're so busy trying to outdo people that we should be learning from. And it's not to say that if you really stick the course and you stay the course, you will and I don't mean to say this to put anybody down or make anybody feel some type of way. One thing, a great teacher will teach a student that will be better than them. And I'm saying that for the teachers, because I want you to receive this next statement I'm going to say without being offended. A great teacher, I'm going to say that one more time. A great teacher will teach a student that will one day be better than them.
Amen.
And I'm saying that, thank you so much. I'm saying that to say, students, don't be so in competition with your teacher that you can't receive what they're teaching you. Like, you're so busy thinking that they don't, like, sometimes when you're learning from people, some things that halt us from learning from who we're learning from, or make us so easy to switch to somebody else, we feel like the person that's teaching us is holding back things that we think we should know. Like, what's behind that door? I want to know what's behind that door. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Then you meet somebody who's willing to take you behind that door right now, and you jump on it, not knowing that the person. That's why I said it's important for you to get a coach that knows you, because your coach, it's not that they're not showing you what's behind that door, it's that they know you're not ready to open that door. You see what I'm saying? You can get to a door, and maybe if you get in there, you might figure it out. God willing, you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. You will figure it out. But had you waited for your coach to teach you the tricks of the trade before you opened that door, you would have opened it and you would have knew as soon as you opened it you needed a duck.
But no, you opened it a little bit too early. So when you open that door, you got hit right in the face. Poof. Golly, I didn't know that was right there. Had you stuck with, and let me tell you this, it's another thing. When you switch coaches, sometimes your new coach, they haven't been through that door. They don't know when you open the door that you need to duck. That's why, and that's the thing about coaching too. Coaches be in competition as well. That's why loyalty is so important. You can't be jumping from coach to coach because the new coach is in competition with your old coach. They want to take that student and prove that they taught this student something different than what that teacher is teaching them. This is a lesson for you teachers as well, the competition. When you feel like you've taken a student that you feel like someone couldn't teach and you taught them something, you feel some type of way. And that's how people be in competition. But what they didn't know is sometimes a wise man will give you the information that you need to know when they know you're able to receive it. You can have a whole arm full of money, but if you don't have something to hold the money up, it's gonna fall right out your hand. Had you known you was gonna have a lot of money, like if you knew a lot of money was coming, you'd have brought a bag. You wouldn't have came up there with your own. Who's gonna risk dropping the money on the ground if you know? Your coach knew. Your new coach just sent you out there and told you to get the money. So you came home with some money, but you would have came home with loads of money had you stuck with your coach. Because your coach, who knows you, they would have told you to bring a bag. And I'm just saying all that to say the importance of coaching is just that important. Coaching teaches you things that you don't know is up ahead. Coaching molds you into a person that you didn't know you needed to be. And if you really want to be truly a great entrepreneur, a great boss, a great human, a great business owner, you have to know it begins with you. It begins with molding you. And that's where sometimes we get astray when it comes to coaching and it comes to growing and building a business. We have to be willing to receive everything that's coming to us, and we have to be willing to stay the course and stay the journey, because sometimes we get frustrated with the wait, the things you have to go through to get where you're going. And I'm gonna pass it back on over to my mom.
Thank you, Miss Uniqua. Thank you so much. She's done a phenomenal job, y'all. She has came a long ways. Trust me, she has. And it has been a pleasure working with her. And as a coach, you have to know when to let go and let them fly. And now is her time to fly. Uniqua is a poet. Uniqua is a professional actress. And I'm going to say professional poet. She's a professional actress, professional model. She's an author. She's a writer. She has a poetry book called Living in Truth. And so, therefore, you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's not too many Uniquas in this world. So, if you Google Uniqua Manigault and look her up, or Coco Plum, or whatever, you see the girl with the purple hair, you will know that's Uniqua. So, look her up and follow her on social media because she's very inspiring with her work, and she teaches young people, you guys. She's bringing up young poets and young actresses. And I just love what she said, because she said, as a coach, a good coach is going to train her students and they're going to be better than her
And
or
I'm still,
him.
Still a work in progress.
She's still a work in progress, she said. And it's good that I'm a work in progress. We're all learning, and you should be learning. When you stop learning, that's when you're in trouble. I'm going to give you number one. But like I told you, Facebook changed up some new stuff and they just had me all over the place. They wanted me not to do this live tonight, but I decided to go ahead and do it anyhow, even though they had me on super late. I was actually ready, sitting here at 7:30, and thought I was going live, and I wasn't. But nevertheless, I had a guest that was supposed to be on here today. His name is Reggie Mcglone. He's from the empowerment zone in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he is a networking expert. I wanted to bring him on so that he can say some words about how to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. And I'm telling you, he's a knockout person when it comes to networking and putting on events and all of that good stuff. But nevertheless, hopefully I'll figure this out. Maybe he'll be my guest next week. I truly, truly apologize. Most importantly, I apologize to him because with this new screen that they have, I really can't tell who's watching and who's not watching because I don't see anything. But I am going to give you, Reggie, I apologize because I got your message. And so I know you're watching, I know you're here. And I truly apologize that I can't bring you on, but I don't see you. My screen is not showing me anything. I have to figure out um, this new technology that Facebook has added to the lives now. And hopefully, not hopefully, I will have it up and running by next Monday because I will be going live for my beauty show every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Today was, I told you earlier, was a test run. And truly, it was a test run for me. So hopefully, Reggie, please, I would hope that you can come back next Monday at 8 o'clock and join us. Reggie, again, is with the Empowerment Zone, and he's awesome, a very good friend of mine. And to touch on networking and to touch on creating opportunities, Reggie and I happened to run into each other about 10 years ago. And I invited him to an event that I was having in my hometown, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I didn't think he was coming, but guess what? He showed up. He was on my panel. And I'm telling you, he did an awesome job. And we became very, very good friends. And let me tell you, he always calls at the right time. I think I call him at the right time. He's truly been in my corner. I see Sue Venable. That's the only person that I've seen on here. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Miss Fabulous. But anyway, Reggie, I apologize and I hope you can join us next week. Now, number one, I cannot forget. Number one out of the 5 ways to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. Number one that I saved is be visible. Do not stop being Reggie is still here. Reggie, thank you. I don't know how to bring you in. I really want you to say something. Unique's going to figure it out. Don't leave, Reggie, please. What just happened? Oh. Reggie, is there a button that you could push that says okay. Hold on, it's supposed to. Oh, she'll figure it out. You figure it out while I'm doing this. I can do it on here. Okay, so Reggie, don't leave. She's gonna figure out how to bring you in before I get off of here. Number one is be very visible. Let me tell y'all something. We are in a very competitive world right now. No industry is different. The world, I don't care what industry you're in, it is very, very competitive. So if you're not visible, then you will get lost in the shuffle. You'll get lost in the crowd. People tell me, girl, I got on Facebook and your picture popped up. Yes, it did. And I'm sorry if you don't like it, delete me. I'm a businesswoman. I have to keep my business in the streets. And guess what the streets is, y'all? The streets is my timeline. You remember when you was a kid and used to walk out, put on your best outfit and walk down the street and be all cute and stuff? That's social media now. That's Facebook. That's your timeline. You get all cute and post that little picture that you got to post. I run a business, y'all. I run several businesses and I manage several businesses. So I'm always trying to figure out how to keep going. And I want to tell y'all, stay visible. Do some Facebook ads. Do some Instagram ads. Learn how to go live. Figure it out. Figure out how to do what you do because you have to stay in the mix and even when you do some ads and you don't see your ads bringing in any money, keep doing your ads. Keep being visible. Keep running them. Do what you can do. Stay in the game. Keep yourself relevant. Find out what's new in your industry. Don't keep doing, if you're still doing the same thing you was doing 10 years ago, you done fell in the shuffle. You have to stay in the mix and stay visible. So that means if a new iPhone done came out, and I'm not just talking to y'all now, don't think this is petty. But if a new iPhone done came out and you still got an iPhone 6, you're in trouble. You have to keep up with technology because this stuff helps you grow your business. We're talking about how to create success in the midst of the storm. We're in a storm right now, and there is nothing we can do about it. But you got to find a way to succeed, a way to accomplish things, a way to make, bottom line, a way to keep making your money and more money and more money and more money. That was my number one. Y'all see we have on these shirts right here. She's still trying to get a hold of Reggie, trying to bring him in. Do y'all see we have on these shirts right here? It says Black Cosmetology Association. Now, this is the new association that I just started. So normally you go to my website, www.amandamanigault.com, and you'll see, different things that we offer. Now it's www.blackcosmetology.org. I think, Reggie, you should have been able to request to join. I do believe that's how it works. Request, but you can go to www.blackcosmetology.org. There are a lot of things, and just because you see black, that don't mean you can't still join. But my emphasis, my focus is on Black cosmetology because I realized through COVID that we're still so far behind. When this pandemic hit, there was so many of us that didn't know which way to turn, didn't know what to do. Not that they weren't in the same boat as we were, but what I'm trying to say is I want to be that incubator. I want to be that one-stop shop. When you go to blackcosmetology.org and you need to renew your cosmetology license, guess what? I got you. If you go to blackcosmetology.org and you need some advanced training and you want to know, how do I get my license in hair braiding? I get these questions every day. Go to blackcosmetology.org and you'll be able to get all your questions answered. Now, we're not quite there yet because it's a new thing, but we will be your one-stop shop within it. I say by March 1st, we should have everything loaded, everything on there. And that's just a part. I have another little phase that's going on. It's called Black Girl Beauty. Black Girl Beauty is another thing that I have going on. I'll tell you about that in another live. Right now, I'm sticking on business and beauty. So go to blackcosmetology.org. If you're looking for a beauty coach or small business coach, Amanda Manigault is your person. I have all types of coaching programs. I have a membership opportunity that you can join in, and you can get monthly coaching. Every month we got coaching going on. This is just a live, but we got some real stuff going on to keep you current, keep you up to date with business, on how to run and manage your business. And then if you can't do that at this moment, and you just want to be tagged in, you want to keep up with everything, join my free Facebook group. It's called Building Salons That Are Rising, or you may find it under Beauty Salons That Are Rising. Either way, look it up. So that's all that I have for you tonight, you guys. I'm so sorry that I couldn't get Reggie in, but Reggie, I'm going to call you as soon as I get off this live, because I'm hoping that you can join me next week and I will have this all in order. There were a couple different ways. I could have went through Zoom, which I'm very familiar with, and went live that way, but I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go from my business page, and I had it scheduled for 8 o'clock, and it was supposed to come right on at 8 o'clock. And I think it did, but what happened is I didn't have my settings on public. I had my settings on private. So that kind of threw me off. I was just running my mouth and thought I was live, and I wasn't even live. So I apologize, you guys, but I hope that I was able to help you in your business some kind of way. I hope that you were able to learn at least 5 ways to create opportunities in the midst of the storm. If you have any questions for me, go to blackcosmetology.org. Again, that's blackcosmetology.org. Or you can join the group. If you join the group tonight, I will send you my free resource, which gives you 7 ways how to create success in the midst of the storm. 7 ways how to create success in the midst of the storm. Have a super fantastic day. Thank you, Uniqua, for joining me tonight. And Reggie,
Good
I look forward to
night.
having you on the show next week. Next Monday at 8 o'clock. Have a super fantastic day. Thanks for listening.
See ya.